Alright, so you may have seen of some of my earlier videos of this tool, and I want to change it a little bit just because I can, and because I accidentally made these two jaws a little closer together, so I actually have to push it apart, which is the whole purpose of this spring, is so I didn't have to push them apart. So I'm going to adjust that, and it's just kind of bigger than it needs to be, I think. So I'm going to shrink the size down quite a bit also. And so it won't take long. So first I'm going to do is save a backup copy. So I hit S for save, which is my custom shortcut, and then I go Alt F-A, and then I sort by date modified, and now it's at the top, and I grab it and I drag it with the control. Now it creates a backup copy. All right, so now when I break it, I can either go back and investigate that file to interrogate it for how this was supposed to work, or I can just revert to it entirely. So let's roll back here. Okay, that brings me back to my first feature. All right, and so this is really what I want to adjust anyway. And so I will I'm going to put that at 3/4 instead of 3/8. Okay. And I don't need this nearly this long. Where's my dimension for that? This guy. Okay. Doesn't need to be nearly this long. I know I'm significantly breaking it here, but I mean, 5 inches long ought to do it. I'm saying. It'll print faster, it'll use less material, it'll take up less space. It's very bulky, the one I made is very bulky. I wanted it strong enough, but I can make it strong enough other ways. Let's do this. Alright. That looks pretty good. Maybe a little beefier just because there will be a pin through it. Although, I guess that doesn't really need to, those hinges don't really need to hinge, I don't think. I think if nothing else, they'll just help with the return spring action. And let's just roll to the end and see what happens. Huh. Not broken as much as I thought it would be. So obviously I need to, one thing I need to have the spring to eliminate the need for supports. The spring needs to be directly over the arms here. That's fine enough. It probably doesn't have to be that long either, the spring. But I guess I will. I like the idea of an arc that seems like that will distribute the load more, but maybe that's my imagination. Anyway, maybe I can just make these springs straight. I think that's what I'll do. Okay, so in what order? Okay, so okay, I see what's going on, and so I just need to adjust this. Okay. That's probably, where's that other control point? See, I changed the color of the material because various colors, I'm going to have to settle on a color that works. It's probably the gray. The default gray is probably the right way, the right color, because I can't see my control point. Oh, now I see the control points. All right, it was hiding on me, or I was just missing it. Yeah, see this yellow triangle blending right in. So I am going to, I like the satin finish plastics. Blue hides stuff. Red, I kind of don't want red. Red's just so angry, but it's probably the way to go, because I don't think anything else is really red unless things are broken, as far as like the symbology in the software. Whoa, not what I was trying. Why did that break? I guess I must have put too small of a radius on there. And let's see. Reset. Reset all handles. Relax. Maybe that'll. There we go. That'll allow it. And I don't know where these fillets were. I feel like I'm burning my pizza right now. Why is my phone alarm not going off? I have a pizza on the griddle. And because I didn't hit start. Alright, thankfully I didn't burn my pizza. But I did forget to turn the timer on. Let me make sure I remember to turn the timer on this time. Okay. All right, I only have a few minutes here. But anyway, so what am I? Oh, repairing these fillets. And I don't know which one it is. So here's what I do. I open a second session of SolidWorks. I right click on the taskbar icon and I click the SolidWorks, and a second session opens up. The reason I like to do that is because now I don't have to go back and forth between two files. So I'm going to open the backup file as a reference to interrogate the model to see what I broke and how I can fix it. The problem is if you just open two files in the same instance of SolidWorks, you have to switch back and forth between the two files, and that takes some time to switch back and forth in SolidWorks. Whereas if I just do two instances of SolidWorks, then I can just Alt-Tab back and forth instantly, and it's much easier. So let's see, Pliers. Okay, yep, so here's my backup copy, as expected. As you can see, it's the original size. And so, where am I? Fillet 1. Fillet 1 is that guy. Okay. I think I made a tangent. So, I don't need a fillet 1. Okay, we can leave that broken. Fillet 3. Let's see what fillet 3 is. This is actually a valuable technique. I recommend it to anybody. And I'm giving away my secrets to success here. Maybe if I just reduce it. .06, still not happy. Why? Don't know why. Face. What is their face? That's why. Didn't like that. That's weird. I can do it here, but not here. This does not make sense. make it 0.05. Wow. Fine, be that way. 0.08. Nice. Alright, so I fixed those fillets. And let's just roll to the end again and see what happens. There is my timer. I'm going to give it 2 more minutes. Alright. What is this notch here? I am unsure. Oh, that's what that is. That ended up being useless. I was trying to put this feature to help break this free by putting a screwdriver in it, but all it did was just tear the hole out. Didn't help me to loosen it at all. And so parent-child, there's no children, so I'm just going to suppress it for now. And this is just all going to fuse together. it is what it is. I'm going to change the shape of this handle a little bit more though. This way it won't try to slip out of my hand by being wedge shaped. That'll be better. And I kind of don't so much like, how would I, maybe I can do this. And if I put another line, no, not a line, goof, spline. I wonder if having them crossing will make it unhappy. Let's see. I'm sure that's annoying to my timer. Sorry about that. I'm trying to. Let's see if I hit rebuild here. If that breaks it, it does. It doesn't like because it's thin. All right, we'll come back and fix that after I get my pizza. All right, the pizza was pretty good. If anybody cares, Paul Newman, which fully I don't know, deluxe or something, but Paul Newman stuff I like his food. And anyway, all right. So I broke the thin, but I am going to unbreak it. And so I want it to kind of taper. So I was hoping that thin would work, but I kind of think it might not, and not. So let's just delete one of these lines. And I think what I'll do is make it thicker if it lets me. And then I'll trim it down, further down. Or no, actually I'm going to go thinner and then fatten it up because I don't want it to mess with what's going on at the end here. I want to leave this surface, these edges, intact because they are what sets the next features, and I don't want to break the next features if I don't have to. So let's do that. Looks pretty good. And rebuild, and then put a sketch on here, and spline, I guess. Let's see, project that, geometry, and spline. We'll just go to like here, very close to the end. I don't want it to mess with the end. And so I'm just going to make this sort of thicker as we go. Okay, and then I will extrude. Why doesn't it like? Oh, I need to trim this because I didn't go all the way to the end. Trim, trim. Okay, and extrude. No. I must have accidentally typed something. Select the vertex, and that should make it go to a vertex. No, I guess that ship has sailed. There we go. And merge result, and only this body. Alright, so now I have a nice tapered spring shape here. Might perform a little better. Or not. I don't know. Actually, it's probably a little wimpy, now that I think about it. And so, maybe I will even thicken it up more. Yep. Oh, I like the way that did that on the outside. Alright, that looks just about perfect enough. And let's see what other features happen if I do stuff. Oh, figures. What's going on here? I don't remember. Let's take a look. Oh, I know. I think I know what that is. I think this guy. Let's edit the sketch. And so for whatever reason, this guy, I have unhappy relations. You don't know the half of it. Anyway, lady problems right now. Anyway, right here, and this guy, and coincident, and this guy. That control and that guy and coincident and rebuild. Now it works, and that should fix the other broken, or at least some of the other broken features. Alright, well, look pretty good. I don't know why some things so like I could see that made copies and evidently scaled it. Oh, that is so weird. Those circles, for some reason, multiple times now they switch ends. I don't follow that, but I know how to fix it. I just need to swap the circles. So I am going to delete all of these relations and put this guy here and this guy here. It's such a weird thing. I don't understand it, why it's doing that, but that's okay. And see that? That fixed it. So I don't know what the problem was there. These things aren't going to break free, but they're fine. They work, so who cares? So now I have this thing nice and wide open by default, and so hopefully now it will spring back open automatically enough to open up wide enough without me pushing it back wider. And it's also smaller. It's like almost 50% shorter. It was this giant thing. You know, you get the old CAD on the screen thing where you don't realize how big something is, and it just was a big bulky tool. And so this should be much more compact, and I kind of want to make it like even more compact, but I mean, what more can I guess I could take some of this material out. I think I'll do that. Is it this guy? It is this guy. So I can go like I mean, I guess I could just do it in one arc. I don't want to do it in one arc because it's not I can make it nicer. So I'm just going to put a second arc. say here, and this guy here, and these guys tangent. I don't know why this isn't on here. And what happens now? Right? Yeah. I mean, that's actually fine. It's just going to look a little goofy. I'm going to shorten the spring a little bit more. Oh, I see. I'm in the wrong one, but that's fine because I had to do this anyway. And then this guy, that's the one I messed up. All right. I'll go even farther with this. I'm going to match the length of this and this. Oh, I just noticed something maybe. Anyway, I'll make these equal length. Do this. Okay, and then the last thing I want to do here is make this tangent to horizontal, just so the line is straight. So I make horizontal line and make this tangent to it. Oh, maybe it already was. Alright, that is looking pretty good. It looks much less goofy than the previous one also. I could potentially go more shallow on this spring. I think I will. What, okay, that's that, and let's go 3/16. That's better. And let's bring this guy down to 3/16. 0.1875. All right, looking good. Oh no, where'd my reinforcements go? Why? Oh, I know, because they're off the map. So this guy is here. Let's adjust the sketch. So these lines are going to be just way out of position, I bet. This is the case. When I hit save, I just have a bad feeling this thing's going to lock up and lose my work. So now I've saved, and then I'm going to move entities. I'm going to hide the relations. There we go. I'm going to move this. Why is it not? Alright, let's try that again. I'm going to select, I'm going to move entities. There we go. Huh? That was weird. That's funny that it gave me an error message and then worked fine anyway. And what is this radius? It's on one and not the other. Looking pretty good. I kind of want a radius on this just so it'll look a little nicer. So Let's do this. Let's get I want to get all of these done until the combine and add a radius. Ooh, yeah, that's fine. Oh, yeah. Let's see if that plays nice. I'm not sure if it will or not. Yeah, pretty good. Nice radius on there. I think I am good to go. Alright, so hopefully this recorded properly. And so I'm going to, how many bodies do I have here? 3, 4? I don't even know. 3. Yeah, okay, that makes sense because technically the spring and the pins are the third body. So if I did this, you'd see. Right? And so, oh, I like that black satin finished plastic. Interesting. A lot of times black is just too black, but that satin gives it a nice sheen. It's a good word, sheen. Alright. I did want to do one other thing, which is to cut this so it's like supports. Because it's a little wide at the jaws. So let me back. I'm going to save this. And I'm going to save this as a copy, make a backup copy, as I do. So that way when I break it, I can fix it or revert. And so let's go back to before here. And how do I want to do this? This view and normal. And I am going to, is this on the midplane? It is, okay. So I'm going to give myself a construction line. And I'm just going to make a box, or a rectangle, I should say. I don't need to take a whole lot off of here, just enough for just enough to make it narrow enough to fit within the groove in the plastic rivets. And so I should really just go measure that right now rather than guess. So I think I will do that. What did I do with those? I guess I will be right back. Alright, so it looks like, I look at the factory Can-Am and the aftermarket ones, and they're both, the channel there is a little over a 1/4 inch wide, so if I make this 1/4 inch, then it should be good. Alright, and so now, how far is that going to take that out? Yeah, that's fine. And so now I'm going to Alt-X for extrude cut. And actually, I'm going to make this thin cut. And very 20 thousandths of an inch I find is a good number for this type of, for these vertical spacings that for support removal and or print in place hinge pivots and things. Except this is nylon, and I find that that's too tight for nylon. And I had better success when I did 0.34, which is a lot. I mean, that's almost a millimeter. That's like over 3/4 of a millimeter. But that's okay. So 0.034 because it worked for me before. And actually, though, these would be easier to break off, though. Anyway. I'm going to go like 0.25. Because I don't want them to be too far off and lose quality at that point. So we call it 0.25. And keep all of the bodies. And so now you can see I have these nice breakaway things. And I'm going to delete the other one, but first I need to pattern it. I need to pattern both so I get the underside one, right? Does that make sense? I need to pattern this one to get it to here, and then I'll delete that one. So I will add this to the pattern. I'll add, yeah, just the one actually to the pattern. What? I'm confused by what's highlighting. Why did that? Did I not go through that? Yeah, it's a separate body. What's the problem? Huh, that was weird. Okay, that's what I thought I did before. Evidently not. And I'm going to delete this body. Is that... not keep this body. Delete this body. Alright. And did I do it upside down? Nope. Cool. So I have my supports, so I can break this away and have it the proper width to fit in the grooves. And I should be good. I could do a little bit of a move face here to make this easier to get rid of after. Actually, I am going to adjust this a little bit too, though. Huh, I didn't like that. All right. Yes. This cutout. I just want to adjust these rectangles up a little bit. I don't need that much under the head there. Okay. And that's I kind of want that angled instead. I think it'll look better. So I'm going to make this not horizontal and do something like this. And it goes a little something like this. Alright, that was pretty lame. Whatever. Oh, and I didn't realize I was doing... Oh, no, I'm doing that right, the right way. Am I? I'm not doing it the right way. The offset is the wrong direction. Exit. The offset on my thin cut is the wrong direction. There we go. So that leaves me with my 1/4 inch, whereas the other way was going to leave me significantly less. Alright, so there's that. That ought to do. The move face broke. I'm fine with that. And I think we're done. Roll to the end. I have my little support pieces there. And yeah, looking good. Alright, so let's save it and then save it as a step file or an STL, if depending on what your software capabilities are in your slicer. I prefer step because it keeps the curves instead of making all triangles. And let's put the date code on it. Oh, you can't see what I'm doing here. I always put a date code when I'm on my print files. So to that is 10/21 A, because it's the first one of the day. That way when I get onto the tiny display screen of whatever printer, the date code tells me that I'm looking at the right file. Alright, and so now I go into Creality Print Slicer. And that, okay, here it comes. And let's put it in the window here. I make the window that small? Well, how do you like that? I mean, I can't put this window in a 1080p. That's odd, to say the least. But anyway, okay, whatever. All right, where did I do that? I have something else on the brain. Okay. Where did I put that? Okay. Let's go back and find out. Oh, I forget that sometimes I have to select, in the drop-down menu, I have to select step files, and it's right there. Beauty. Do I have a memory card in here? Where's all my memory cards? That's not cool. I have basically two good ones, and they're both not right here. Well, I have this junky old, it's like USB 1.0, it's so slow, but it works. I'll use it this time. The other ones must be in the shed, or one of them. I'm sure one of them is. Whoa. Nylon. And let's take a look at my settings. Yeah. What? I guess, I guess I didn't save my settings. I guess I didn't save it when I closed it, because a bunch of my settings are different. So I did the wall count. I did like 5, and top and bottom layers, I think I did like 6 each. Infill, a little thicker, 22, sure. Speeds, that's fine. No sports, material. I don't know why this material is so, the temperatures are lower than they should be, but so it's like 250 to 70 recommended. Typically I would go like hotter than recommended because I'm going high speed, but this material, this nylon, likes to stick to itself, and so it's hard to break the interlayer adhesion even with a big gap. And so I did like printing temperature, I think I did just right down at 250. Maybe I even did 260. Let's say 255. Just gonna go so fast, I don't want it to totally, under extrude. Initial printing temperature. 255, that's fine. Final printing temperature, 255. Build plate temperature, that ought to do. Cooling. I jacked up the cooling. Whatever. Extruder, retraction distance. I think I went to like 4. And speed, I don't know. Maybe I went to 60. I don't know if I've messed with the speed, but I'm going to say 4 and 60. This profile is obviously not a standard nylon profile because it sucks for nylon. Build plate adhesion, I want none. And that stuff I don't think I need any of. And I'm going to save this project before I forget to. Okay. And slice. Alrighty, how are we looking? Let's interrogate the preview here because it's a good habit. So many times I've not and realized after that I wasted time and money. don't like the way this does this. It's very uncool. It's going to be fine for this case, but this slicer does this goofy thing where if I have a shoulder, so you can see here I have this green diameter here, and then it's like a countersink, or counterbore I should say, here. So between here and here, there's only one common layer. See that? I mean, so basically this one circle of filament is the entire structural interface between this inner annulus and this outer annulus that are staggered. And that's not the model. That's the way the slicer is acting. It's insane. Like it should give you, it should like put a chamfer in there to take that up. I mean, I guess technically I could put a groove in there to, well, it's fine. In this case, it's going to be fine. But that is troubling. I wonder if I should, maybe I'll send this to Creality and maybe I'll make a short of it and send it to Creality. Let me know what you think in the comments. Yeah, by the way, like, subscribe, all that YouTube-y stuff. Come on now. Alright, little peer pressure there. Okay, so I don't like that, but it is what it is. The rest of it should be fine. You can see here the effect of I described in a previous video when I put those slices in here, and actually I talked about it a little bit. You can see it makes this nice and solid, and that mitigates what I was just saying. So now this pin is basically solid, except for where the shoulder of it is still goofy. Or this part actually. Alright, so the pin is probably fine. It's the pliers themselves. Alright, we're calling it good. I will export to local. Yeah, distracted. Sorry. Export it to D. And I'm just going to add the PA in here to indicate that it's nylon. PA stands for polyamide, which is what nylon is. Nylon's a trade name. Correct me if I'm wrong. I could have my terminology wrong. I believe nylon is a trade name, probably owned by like DuPont or somebody like that. And that's an interesting question. That's an interesting question. Maybe it's not a trademark name. Maybe it's just a label. I don't know. I'm going to ask AI. That's what I'm going to do. I'll do it. Alright, so we're going to ask AI. Is nylon a trade name? No, it's not a trade name. It's a generic term used to describe a family of synthetic polymers. Nylon is first developed, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Not a trade name. I said it and then I thought I was incorrect, and there I corrected myself correctly when I was incorrect. Hope that was clear. Alright, export to local. I think I already did. Is it this guy? Error. Export to local. D. Thought I already did, but evidently I did not. PA. I would have sworn I did. And a pop-up should pop up. Maybe. Oh, you know what happens? I forgot about that. There's like this. It's like a 64 kilobyte. No, 64 megabyte. It's super ridiculously small flash drive. It's so old. And so it just if I can't fit stuff on there, it just doesn't do anything and doesn't say anything. So I have to move these. Where's my old G-code file? G-code archives. Move. Alright, now I should be able to go back into here. PA. Give that a second to finish. Did it finish? Ah, see there? One just disappeared. That's how slow this drive is. It's USB 1.0. Super slow. Super slow-mo. Oh. Wow. That's a big one. 37 megabytes. Taking some time. Taking a lot of time. Well, let's see. Can I save it now? Probably has to wait its turn anyway. There we go. Is it going to pop up this time? Maybe. Maybe. I guess it just takes a little time for it to save also. Yes. And eject. And I am in business. I'm going to go print this. And I'll put it on my live print stream. And I will make another video or conclude this video one way or the other with the actual testing of the unit after prints. So thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe and comment and share with your like-minded friends. Thanks for watching.